I was really young, I used to feel lazy about reading. I used to feel bad when I had to read something that I dislike. And I used to hate reading. I used to hate studying because it was a game that I used to fail, that I used to make some mistakes. And even when I studied hard, when I could understand the subject, I used to make some mistakes when I was doing some tests. So I didn't feel in a good mood when I had to, when I was obligated to study. So I could read my first book when I was 18 years old. And it was really bad to me because when you don't have the habit of reading, it's really bad because you are not learning new things. And that's a really important capability. How to learn new things. Because everything that I know today is going to get old. And I have to learn new things always. To work better, to do better things in my life, and to be updated. So that's really important to develop that skill. When I used to work as an editor or as a consultant, my most important skill was the capability of learning new things really fast. So when I was 18 years old, I could discover the pleasure of learning new things. When I read my first book and I bought it to my girlfriend, and I was really afraid of the results of that book because it was like kind of self-help, and it was a really incredible book. It was something like use the power of your mind, how to do anything in your life, how to make friendships and influence people, how to make things better and do whatever you want in your life. And I was afraid of, because women, they already have a huge power over men. So we already suffer a lot in humans, so we already suffer a lot in women's hands. It's not fair to give her that book. And I was afraid of the results. And using that fear, I read the book to protect myself, to defend myself from anything that she could use from that book. So I had that driven, that motivation to protect myself. Yes. And it was really dangerous. Can you imagine that? And I was scared, and I could read the book really fast. And I could feel the pleasure of learning new things. And that's a really important step in someone's life, because when you can find that pleasure, it's amazing. And when you can discover that pleasure, it's amazing because you can see a new world. You can see the opportunities, you can see the solutions, you can think, you can create, you can see things that you couldn't see before. And it's a really interesting experience to discover the pleasure of reading. And you have to help your children to discover it. Even though if you don't have this pleasure, you have to help yourself to create that habit. But mostly you have to help your children to discover how to discover that pleasure of learning new things. And it won't happen buying boring books. a great strategy is let them go to bookstores, to libraries, and give them the opportunity to try the books, to read one page, to read the cover, and try to understand how do I feel when I'm reading it. Because if I have an interesting subject, I will have the driven, the motivation to read that book. I can learn how to make money, how to date more, how to be a better athlete, how to do anything, how to cook better, how to sleep better, how to anything you want. You can learn with books. You can improve your knowledge, you can develop your skills when you have that capability of reading. And that's a really important step, really important. Focus on it, because when I discovered that pleasure, in every birthday I used to ask for books. I didn't used to ask for toys or for money or for anything. I used to ask for books. Give me a book, give me a new book, any book. If I don't like it, I go to the bookstore and I can change it and I can take another one. And it's a really interesting, really good treasure, because when I can see the results, when I can understand that when I'm reading something, I'm changing myself. I'm creating a new person, better and more prepared to overcome my challenges in life. I have to create that connection between reading to my dreams. I have a dream to have a better house, to have a better car, to travel more, to have a son, to have more daughter and sons and children, to travel all over the world. And to do this, I have to learn more. And when I can learn more, I can create more opportunities and increase my chances to overcome my challenges and to achieve my goals. So you have to create that conversation. It's not that you have to read, you have to take this book right here and you have to read it until in the end of the week. Did I make myself clear? It's not another solder. It would be really good if you could find the pleasure of reading, because it can change your life. It can change anything in your life. You can learn many things reading. So let's go to the library. Let's read some books. Let's try it. Because sometimes, for example, when you don't have the habit to go to the gym, when you don't have the habit to do a diet or to do exercises, you can think maybe that these kind of people that do diet and do exercise, they are crazy, they are empty minds, they have nothing in their minds, they just want to take care of their bodies. And when you can discover the pleasure of doing a diet and doing exercise, the pleasure, you are going to do it happy, finding the joy of living, of taking care of your health, and have more disposition, more energy, and more anything, many things good in your life when you can do these two things. Do your diet and do your exercises. Okay? So you have to help your children to create that behaviors, and I would love to receive your emails telling us about their difficulties to create that habit, reading, doing diet, and doing exercises. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed our class. Thanks for your like, it will help us a lot, believe me, and see you in our next class. Bye bye.